We do disaster recovery, property restoration work. We clean up floods, after fires. We do mold cleanup. We even do biohazard cleanup. Moisture is what can cause the mold. In a basement, it's good to have a dehumidifier down there, and that can help keep it dry so that the mold can't grow. Attics, that's another place to really watch, especially in the wintertime, because those vents that people have coming from their bathroom to vent out foul odors, people use those to vent out the steam when they take showers. And when those vents aren't properly working or they fell off, unfortunately that steam then is being pumped right into the attic in the wintertime.
Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. If you're thinking of doing any home improvements, just visit hireitdone.com. As you know, we are the #1 source for home improvement referrals in the Metro Detroit area. 37 markets and counting, growing at a swift pace, professionally and properly. If you're going to the Dream Cruise, you're driving right now, listening to the show, text me, 97136. We'll give you a shout out and the type of car you're driving, which your hot rod. It's a good fun day today. Don't forget, if you want to get an epoxy floor for your garage, your man cave, you want to build a new garage, Hire It Done has great garage contractors. Done right. We'll do it right for you. It's always a good thing. Anyways, we've had severe weather, rain, flooding, heat waves. Climate change is in full effect. And whether you believe it or not, it's a reality. So what do you do when you have a flood, when you have water over everywhere, when you don't know, how do you do that? Hire It Done has some really good contractors that come in and take care of business when it's necessary. And in the studio right now, joining me, one of our Hire It Done contractors is Mike Harvil from Puroclean. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Adam.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Paramedics of property damage.
Don't you love it?
It's a great name.
Oh, it's a great tagline.
Yeah. So how's things at Puroclean?
We're doing well. We're busy, getting all kinds of stuff, yes.
So let me ask you a question. Tell me exactly, for the audience, what Puroclean does, who you are, where you guys are from.
Well, as you mentioned, we're the paramedics of property restoration. We come in when somebody's had a loss of some sort. It could be water, smoke, fire, mold. It could even be a biohazard issue. And we come in and we clean it up, and we get it back to where it was before it ever happened.
That's the best way to do it. So one of the things that sticks out about your company is the relentless customer service. You do whatever it takes to make the homeowner happy.
Absolutely.
And that's what the nucleus of your brand is.
Correct.
Obviously, you're trained in water extraction and all that, but it's really about the customer service and the experience, which makes you guys rise to the top. Is that right? We say that here, but you and I have been on job sites together. We've seen it in action.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you get most of your business from?
Well, we get business from insurance companies.
Correct.
We get it from people who Google us. They'll do a Google search and our name comes up, and they like to. That's one of the ways that we get the business. Referrals also. People,
management companies,
property management companies.
You're doing work with a management company that we work with, and they are calling you on a weekly basis.
Pretty much, yes.
And you're kicking butt.
We're trying.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, the results that I've been getting, because we check on it, is A+. So keep up the good work, my friend.
Well, thank you.
So let's talk about when a flood happens. I'm going to use a flood as an example. Is that a good scenario, a flood, or?
It's a perfect example.
Okay. Michigan area, a lot of basements.
Mm-hmm.
Flood water's coming up from the drains.
The drains.
They come downstairs, they see 2-3 inches of water. They got to call Puroclean. What's the number if someone wants to call you?
Our number is 248-621-6300.
Okay, perfect. And the question is...
Actually, no, I said that wrong. 2300, yeah. Yes.
Puroclean.com. That's the easy way. Or just go to Hire It Done. So they get the number. They call you. How does the conversation work on the phone with the operator at Puroclean?
They'll call us and tell us what's happened. We'll kind of diagnose it, do a little bit of triage questions,
Sure.
over the phone to find out exactly what they have and make a quick determination as to what we need to do to come out and get the project started to get it dried out.
Okay. That makes sense. So I go downstairs in my basement. I see 3 inches of water. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then the light bulb comes on. Oh, wait, I know I can call Puroclean or whatever. And then I call you. So the questions are, is it dirty water? What kind of water? Do you ask those specific questions?
We ask them, do you have an idea where the water's coming from? Sometimes they'll know. Lots of times they've already done a little bit of researching to find because they want to try to get it stopped.
Right.
And that kind of gives us an idea of what we're going into.
Okay. So then how soon can I expect you at my house, when we have a flood?
We usually try to be there within 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. And now I call you and there's water coming in broken pipe.
Mm-hmm.
You instruct me over the phone how to turn the water off.
We'll tell you how to turn the water off if you haven't already done it and tell you it needs to be turned off.
How many homeowners do you know how many homeowners that you've dealt with know where their water meter is?
It's not too many.
Right. Most people don't know.
Right.
So that's why you guys have water meter tags
Mm-hmm.
that you'll come out to their house and put them on for them. So
Right.
they'll identify it. And on the tag, it actually says what to do in an emergency. So homeowners know the number to call. They have space to put their insurance agent on. And it says exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 what to do. Turn the water off. Because if homeowners that have insurance, which is by law, you're supposed to have homeowners insurance, you're supposed to mitigate any damages. Part of the mitigation is actually stopping the water.
Right.
So even before you show up, they can do that.
Right. And the water needs to be stopped because even though we're coming out to clean it up and dry it out, if the water's still coming in, that's not going to do a whole lot of good.
That's cool. Tony's driving in his 68 El Camino on Woodward right now.
Oh, nice.
Shout out to Tony, the Woodward Dream Cruise. Text us 97136 if you're listening to the show and you're in your hot rod. We'll give you a shout out this morning. So we got Mike Harvil from Puroclean in studio, the paramedics of property damage. And do you do apartments?
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, okay. So if you're a manager, a property manager, and you need a good, responsive, A-plus contractor to do this, you got to call Puroclean. Now, Mike, let me ask you, when you get on site, what's the first thing you guys look at? The water, to stop it, the quality of the water, if it's a biohazard. What is it? What is the first thing?
We're going to first look to make sure that the source has been stopped. And then we're going to be looking at, like you said, the type of water. Is it, where has it been coming from? That gives us an idea what type of water it is. You know, if it's a broken pipe, it's clean water. If it's coming up through a drain, then it's dirty water.
Yeah.
And there's different categories of water. And so we'll try to make a quick determination, and then we'll see how far it's spread out, what's been affected, any furniture or carpeting, padding, flooring.
So let's say the
walls.
basement's the typical basement with a bunch of years of accumulated stuff. You know, most homeowners don't take our advice, like we always say, get some pallets, keep everything 2 to 3 inches off the floor. So when a couch is on the floor and it's absorbing water like a sponge, what's the first thing Puroclean does?
Well, after we've dried out the whole area, gotten the water down, yeah, we're going to get the couch out of there so that they because they're probably going to have to replace it.
Right. So homeowner has contents insurance. Contents insurance actually covers all the stuff in your basement.
Mm-hmm.
And we always tell homeowners, listen, if you have time, go to your house, and in your house, take your smartphone, and most everyone has a smartphone today, take pictures and videos of everything. Just go in your basement and do a 10-second video and just slowly pan through the basement. Say, this is my basement, this is the date, and then email it to yourself. Because God forbid you have an unplanned event and you don't know when it is, because most insurance claims are unplanned, should be at least. They're going to ask you, well, tell us what kind of contents you had in your basement. And under that, guys, you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't remember. I don't remember how many pair of Gucci shoes I have down there. So if I have a video and I can go back to my email, because email's forever, right?
Right.
Then you can tell.
You have a date and time stamp on the email.
So that's important. And so you guys can come out and you suck up the water first. So how long does that take, usually?
To suck up the water?
Yeah.
Depends upon how much water there is.
But you have like units out of your truck. What do you do? Is there pumps? What is it? What is the product?
Well, we've had it where there was like 3 feet of water in the basement. So in something like that, we just drop submersible pumps in there with hoses running outside and just pump. And it can take a few hours to get all of that water out of there. If it's like an inch or two, yeah, we may still need to drop some pumps, but we'll use our extractor units and suck the water up, depending upon the size of the basement. It could take an hour to get all the water out of there. It could take us 15 minutes. It depends upon the size.
Now, do you guys check the humidity levels? Is it dry? Things like that?
We check the humidity levels. We'll check the moisture levels in the walls.
Okay, so you do all that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We've got Mike Harvil from Puroclean, the paramedics of property damage. Relentless customer service. I really like that. We're going to ask some more questions about, how to prepare and what to do and what you guys do to take care of business. I'm Adam Helfman. You're listening to the Hire It Done Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Hire It Done. My name's Adam Helfman. We're talking what happens when you have a flood in your house? What happens when you have water damage? Who do you call? What do you do? We've got Mike Harvil from Puroclean. They're known as the paramedics of property damage. Also giving relentless customer service, as our friend Frank Torrey would always say.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have a flood. How often in a flood does the flooring get ruined?
Oh, almost always.
Right. So I was in a meeting the other day with one of my flooring contractors, and he was explaining to me that, every time there's a water damage flood, the floor is always impacted. Well, of course, because gravity, water goes down to the floor and whatever. Do you guys come in and you just clean and dry it up and get it ready to be repaired?
If it can be repaired.
Right.
If it's like a laminate type flooring, something that's got like foam on the backside, that doesn't dry out. It's got to be pulled up.
And so then you guys just get rid of it.
Right.
But the homeowners need new flooring. And Puroclean doesn't put back the flooring, right?
Personally, we don't. We do have contractors we work with that we can bring in for them if they need us to.
So we're going to have you bring in Hire It Done contractors starting soon.
Right.
Right? Don't you agree?
Yeah, we work together.
Yeah, that's what I think. It's a good idea. So we're going to have to make that marriage.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to work on. We'll get Walt, we'll get Jason, we'll get Frank, we'll get the whole crew together. We'll bring in some of the Hire It Done flooring guys, flooring contractors, so that you'll get some business.
Cool.
And they'll do it for the ITEL pricing, the Exactimate pricing. We'll make sure that it's done properly and the homeowner gets the same service that you bring. That's
Great.
The key, right?
Exactly.
See, homeowners don't mind paying a little bit more or paying if they know it's getting done right.
Right.
Don't you agree?
I agree.
The problem with water damage or flood is that it's unplanned and it's quickly a disruption. It's an emergency, and homeowners are like, oh my god, what do I do? One of the things I like about you guys, and this is from the feedback that we've seen, especially from like management companies, is that you come in, one phone call, you're there, and immediately the homeowner's at ease.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like part of your script, or how does that work?
Well, when I first looked at working with Puroclean, there was a word that I kept seeing, and that was compassion. And that's part of the DNA of Puroclean is compassion. And so we tried to show compassion to the homeowner because this is a traumatic experience for them. And so we want to try to help put them at ease and help them realize we understand they're upset, and this is not a pleasant experience for them. So we don't try to be clinical about it. We try to be compassionate and understanding.
Sure.
And realize they're upset.
Well, that's okay, though. And that's the way it is. Homeowners didn't realize that it's not just the work. It's the therapy that goes with it.
Right.
In fact, I'm going to be launching a podcast called Contractor Therapy. Isn't that great?
That'd be cool.
It's going to be horror stories from the home improvement business with anecdotes from me. Homeowner from hell, contractor from hell. We're going to share stories, and then we're going to say how to avoid it. It's going to be a separate podcast.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, through Intercom. It's going to be awesome. Dude, we're going to kick it. I'm ready. But, as you know, there's a lot of ways to prevent floods before it happens, too. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And people who have those technologies available can really save everyone a lot of money. Have you ever been into a flood where they had like a flood sensor and it helped notify people quicker?
Haven't yet.
Growy makes a really good leak detector. So does LeakSmart. And by the way, if you have these items, you might get a discount on your insurance by putting them in. You know how I know that?
How do you know that?
Because my man Justin Moss from Advanced Plumbing, part of our technical gurus at Hire It Done, just gave it out. So shout out to Advanced Plumbing. They rock, literally.
Cool.
So business is good. The number for Puroclean is 1-248-621-2300.
Correct.
Puroclean.com. Pretty easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always works the way it needs to work. And of course, we want to make sure that everyone knows if you have an unplanned event, if you have a flood, your insurance company requires you to what they call mitigate.
Mm-hmm.
That requirement is that you as a homeowner need to respond.
Exactly.
The valid response is one of two things. One, go downstairs and turn the water off at the main. And if you want a water meter tag, friends, just go to puroclean.com. You can email them, and they'll give you one, and they'll come out and install it.
Right.
And you also do a little bit of a walkthrough to tell them where they might have some issues, which is always good. Then the other thing is just to call Puroclean if you have that. Because if you have a flood, you call Puroclean. Puroclean.com is your website. You'll come out within an hour. Over the phone, you'll tell the homeowner what to do. And you'll give them that relentless customer service that we were talking about.
Right.
Which is important. And how busy are you guys right now? Because you don't have like a busy season. You're busy 24/7.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, we stay busy. We're busy every day.
Yeah. And here's the thing I like about the Puroclean. By the way, friends, we're talking to Mike Harvil from Puroclean. They're called the paramedics of property damage. And one of the things that they're really good at is they're just experts in, the water extraction, whether it's flood or whatever. And you guys identify everything.
Mm-hmm.
But the whole professionalism of your company, the uniforms, the equipment. One of the things I notice, I see a lot of restoration companies. And one of the things I notice about Puroclean is your equipment is always clean. The trucks that showed up, always clean. Your technicians always have a uniform on. They look the part.
Mm-hmm.
And then they back it up with great performance. Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
Absolutely.
And that I got to attribute that to your hard work, Mike, because you and I have done a lot of business together. Mm-hmm. But it really goes up the chain to the culture. Frank Torrey.
Frank, absolutely. He's relentless.
Right. He gives everyone relentless customer service.
He does.
In fact, he's I want to say captain of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And he drives that message down to the employees. And I've known him for 30 years, right?
Right.
So when I found out that he was involved with you guys in making this, right, I was like, yeah, this is great. And you know what? That culture bleeds right through your people.
Mm-hmm.
It's A+, 5-star, which is important. And guess what? You're not even expensive. Did you know that? I check pricing. Puroclean is not an expensive company. And most of the time, the insurance company pays for it anyways. But just in case, right?
Right.
Anyways, my whole point is homeowners have an expectation, right?
Yeah, they do.
Why not exceed that? Why not do that right? So how do you classify water? Is it brown water, dirty water? Is there classifications of that?
There's 3 categories of water primarily. There's category 1, category 2, and category 3. Category 1 is clean water, like from a busted supply line, water that goes to the toilet or the bathtub or a sink. Category 2 is some contaminants. It could be clean water that's passed through the floor down to the basement or from one floor to another, and as it passes through, it becomes contaminated by stuff that might be in the floor. And so it becomes category 2. Category 3 is what they call black water, and that's sewage and stuff that comes up out of the drain. Yeah, the yucky stuff.
Well, that's what I didn't know. But you guys are prepared, you're equipped, and you're educated on all of those.
Right.
So homeowners don't have anything to worry about. If there is poop water, you guys can disinfect, you can spray, you can do whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll spray the disinfectant, the antimicrobials to get rid of all the germs and stuff to make sure nothing grows.
Right. And then that's an important thing. And then if someone has flooring, you'll be able to tie that in with new flooring. See?
Yeah, if it depends upon the flooring.
Yeah, of
we
course.
may need to pull the padding out, but we can save the carpet depending upon the water.
Not with dirty water, though, right?
Oh, no, not with dirty
rip it
water.
all out.
Carpet comes out too. But if it's clean water, usually we just got to get the padding out, and then we can dry the carpet and clean it. The hardwood flooring, it depends upon the flooring. If it's a laminate, it's got to come out. But if it's real hardwood, usually we can put down drying mats and dry it out
Quickly.
quickly
Save it.
and save that hardwood
Insurance companies like that.
floor. Oh, they love it. So does the homeowner.
Well, you're also saving homeowners money by doing it.
Yes.
I gotcha. It makes sense. That's Mike Harvil, my friends, from Puroclean, the paramedics of property damage. Puroclean.com. Mike, it's always great to have you guys in studio.
Well, thank you. It's always great to be with you, Adam. We love it.
I mean, you guys are rock stars, literally.
Thank you.
Relentless customer service. Shout out to everyone listening, including Frank Torrey, Mr. Bid, Barry Bean.
Hi,
The whole
Frank.
crew. Have fun at the Dream Cruise, my friends. That's it for Hire It Done this week. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. We'll be back next week for super great, super fantastic, top of the line home improvement chat. I'm Adam Helfman. Have an awesome weekend.
Powell Miller of